Hey, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to Saberbrick Studios. I recently posted a YouTube short about this insane Lego castle haul from Pick-A-Brick.com that you see before you. Oh my goodness, I went a little bit crazy on the online Pick-A-Brick, but there's actually a reason. So a lot of these castle parts are actually on for very cheap right now, because if you guys do not know, the Lion Knights Castle and I believe the Medieval Town Square are actually both retiring this year. I believe the Lion Knights Castle is actually already retired at the end of 2025, but some of the parts have actually stayed on the Pick-A-Brick wall a lot longer. And typically these parts are actually very expensive. You can find these shields upwards for $1 on Pick-A-Brick, sometimes even more than that, sometimes $1.50. And then also these horse bartons are usually above $5 among some of these other parts. But I actually recently picked up all of these from Pick-A-Brick.com for very reasonable prices, and I wanted to go more in depth about the different pricings that I got and also some of the reasons why I got these. So starting on the left here, we got 5 of these brand new Horse Knights. I really love this minifigure. Very sleek design, a white and kind of metallic gray color, which I think actually is very different from other castle factions. And then we have 10 of these horse bartings for each different faction, the Falcon Knights and the Lion Knights. I actually got these for under $3 for Pick-A-Brick. In America, which I think is absolutely fantastic. And one of the reasons why I like buying from Pick-A-Brick online instead of the Bricklink is that all of these parts are completely brand new directly from the Lego group. You can kind of tell when you pick up a Lego piece if it is like 100% brand new. So I was super happy to get these horse partings in. I definitely want to build a very epic castle build for Brickworld next year. So stay tuned for that. And then everything else you see here was kind of, I would say, impulse purchases, because actually all these shields were on for 51 cents. And like I said, typically this are much more expensive than that. So I went a little bit crazy in the Black Falcons because I actually am low on those shields. So I definitely have more shields than knights then for that faction. And then all these other shields were the ones that were in the kind of like castle throne room of the set. And then I got a bunch of other swords, a Lego base piece, which I thought was really cool. 2 of these Lego world maps, which I also thought were really neat pieces. And then also got this kind of like light blue fish. I think they would look really good in a mock. A bunch of bows and quivers, some huntsman hats for the forestmen. I actually only have 2 of those minifigures, hoping those go back in stock. Actually, quite a bit of stuff is out of stock on Pick-A-Brick, including the Lion Knights. I do believe the Black Falcons are actually already retired. You can no longer buy the actual Black Falcon minifigures, which sucks because I only have 9 of them. I definitely missed out on picking up more of them. I'm going to have to buy them a little bit more expensive on the secondary market. And then over here we have a bunch of other swords and shields here. Some of these white short shields were actually less than 5 cents each. I think they were actually exactly 5 cents. So I picked up 20 of them for $1, which is pretty great. Some other orc shields because I do want to build a Lord of the Rings Orc Forge mock soon. These Viking helmets were really cheap. I believe they're about 12 cents on the Pick-A-Brick, and then I went crazy on this kind of steel metallic helmet. Unfortunately, they no longer make the chrome version of this. They don't actually make chrome pieces really much anymore, so it's like this kind of silver metallic-y. It's still okay, but if you compare it to some of the older helmets, I do think those are better than these newer ones, but I am still a fan of these. They are very affordable compared to other helmets. I believe I also picked these up for pretty cheap. Yeah, so I actually picked up 28 of these steel helmets, and unfortunately it does not list the price. I cannot remember what it was, but I definitely think it was below 20 cents, because otherwise I wouldn't have picked up so many. I put 5 of them on them already. And over here I got some other kind of random torsos and kind of princess leggings, or I guess you could say like dresses for other minifigures that I thought were kind of good on Pick-A-Brick. A couple extra yellow heads for a couple other castle minifigures that I needed. And then a couple of these Lion Knight shields as well. So yeah, definitely went a bit crazy, but to be honest with you, I kind of wanted to. I used pretty much almost half of my VIP points that I had saved up for this exact reason. And I'm happy I did, because honestly, I probably wouldn't have been able to get these pieces, especially the horse partings and the shields, probably ever again for that cheap. So if you're hoping to get any of this stuff before anything retires, I would highly recommend checking out Pick-A-Brick.com. Some of this stuff may already be sold out. I'm not really sure when these lower prices started. It could have been that these lower prices have been going on for a while, because some of the stuff was out of stock. Like I said earlier, some of the Lion Knights and some of the other shields were already out of stock. But I am super happy that I managed to pick this stuff up. Just wanted to show you guys a more in-depth video about it. I know I did a YouTube short. If you guys haven't seen that, feel free to check it out. Again, hopefully I'll be making a castle mock this year, because actually the show theme for Brick World coming up is Myth and Legends. So definitely want to do something classic Lego themed, probably 1 to 2 castle builds that I'm already kind of starting and planning ahead of time. So stay tuned for all that stuff. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at this really crazy haul that I managed to get from Lego.com. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.